How was I before Leader Lab? I was just intimidated because it isn't as easy as people in my space at least make out. And there's more to it in terms of like, even just like this setting up files in my Mac and then linking it and making sure it's linked to Claude Code. Even setting up Claude Code, I bloody used Cursor and had to pay $20 for Cursor because I thought I was using Claude Code when I wasn't. You know, it's just little things like that, which you look back on and you go, yeah, that's a piece of cake. But in the moment, you're clueless. I'm AI literate, but I'm not a developer. And as we discovered with my prompting, I have areas of improvement, but I do use AI and APIs every day. So it was very good for the level that I'm at. If we are talking about how technical I am using Claude Code, using Cursor, 100% increase, significantly more technical because I didn't know how to use it before. And now I just went from start to finish building a project in about 3 hours. That's the entire point of Claude Code, at least how everyone outlines it on LinkedIn and how they say, just do this, just do that. It's like, well, now I sort of understand what they mean because I did just do that, you know. Pandora's box, as I'm sure is the most cliche way of describing Claude Code, but it is true. As a non-technical person, because I'm still going to rock that title, it was a damn good place to start. Even doing the manual migrations into Supabase, great. If I didn't do that, I would have no idea what a migration even is, you know, or how it works, or even that I can do it, you know, because that's accessible. That's not hard. But if I hadn't done it in Replit and hadn't done some manual stuff to start with, or even messed around in Cursor without actually collecting Claude Code, like these sort of pre-Claude Code processes were really good in helping me understand a bit of what's going on in the back end. But I mean, yeah, so that's sort of on the building side. On the preparation side, I think like the best thing we did was clarify what spec-driven development is in comparison to vibe coding. And I'm really happy that we did it like that because that set me up for the future. As I said, I can't see a world anytime soon where I'll do projects any other way. I made a PRD already, which was non-technical, which didn't really talk infrastructure. It talked products, like from maybe a user's perspective, whereas we were able to adapt that into a PRD that factored in multi-tenancy infrastructure, and like it was like the technical side which I was lacking. So I think that was it. It showed what a complete PRD should look like, and then transitioning over to Claude Code I think was perfect. Transitioning over to Claude, or even setting up Claude Code, now I look back, is easy. Before I did it, before I knew how to do anything, really hard. Obviously, I could have done it on YouTube, but that would have taken a lot more messing up and a lot more time. So it was just a very good streamlined process of doing everything that I wanted to do with advice. I've acted on 2 ideas since the sessions. One of them is sort of like, you could think of it as a marketplace because there's 2 sides of supply. There's a demand side and there's a supply side. Product 2 was just a dashboard, but it was pulling in data from multiple APIs in instantly, which is an cold email sequencer. And what allowed me to move forward in both of those projects was, one, obviously having Claude Code set up, where I can just bang it out. 2, spec-driven development process. You go in with a plan. You're not making it up on the fly. I'm glad because it just gives structure to what I was already doing. The sessions allowed me to create PRDs, as I mentioned before, that were sufficiently technical, sufficiently product-based. The sessions gave me confidence to just try things. It put me in a great position to actually put the reps in quickly and efficiently. I know how to set things up. I know how to set projects up. I know how to ideate my new ideas. So it put me in the perfect position to iterate new ideas very quickly, as the 3-hour project demonstrates. It's a great environment to fully ideate your idea in potentially a more technical way than you or I were able to do at the start, due to Elliott's technical background. And the course is nice and flexible. Elliott listens very well to what you want to achieve and how you want to achieve it. So it's quite a collaborative process, which I really enjoyed. Despite the fact I now realize Claude Code is not very hard at all, if you're intimidated like I was, starting in something like Replit or Lovable, I think might not be a bad idea. Obviously, you don't need to, and I'm sure there are hundreds of thousands of people out there who just went straight into Claude Code. But if you're not technical, I quite enjoyed testing out both, seeing which you prefer. If you're really not technical and Claude Code, even after trying Replit or trying Lovable, Claude Code still seems scary, then you can just stay on Lovable if you fancy, or you can stay on this. I think testing out more than one tool was a very good part of this process.